Why always me? Who sometimes goes and says that to themselves? For us Dutch members of the audience, we've got that nice word, pechvogel. Yeah? You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, there we are. See? But I can see that a lot of us get that idea, that life is just very unfair to us. Now, I'm going to tell you something which hopefully will not end in a flourish of objectives being thrown at me. It's a true story too. So, it was when I was 19. I went out, and when I was 19, I was an absolute idiot. And I drank a little bit too much, and I lost all my friends. So I decided to go and do that very clever idea of walking back home, all of the 20 kilometers. So there I am, this is in England, by the way. There I am, walking along, and the police come, and they pull up. And they say, "Hi there, sir." I'm like, "Go away. Everybody's being nasty to me. Just let me be." And they said, "Look at what you are wearing, sir. Be more responsible." And I was like, "What?" And they're like, "You're wearing all black. You should be more responsible walking around wearing black at this time of the night." And that always made me question that little bit, because for many other people, when they get asked, "Why did something bad happen to you? What were you wearing?" We all know what we're talking about. And this is where it always makes me laugh a little bit, because this is all about responsibility. Because obviously the aspect I was talking about is not particularly funny, but for me, I always make that laugh, because the police literally, instead of going and being where they were supposed to be, they were giving me a free taxi ride home. Sorry, I find the dark humor. And this is where responsibility really is important, because I do still frequently feel that many times in my life, things that are unfair are happening to me. But the simple point is that I'm not then going and accepting when life has actually been good to me. We've got this thing called perception bias. I used to do a lot of counseling work with people. And it's called perception bias, which is we only ever focus on the negatives. And we never see the positives. And there is a beautiful reason for this, which is, as Yuvika was saying, when you're young, you're very sensitive to negative conditioning. There's a very good reason for that, which is, if I go, "Alan, would you like a lolly?" He probably doesn't remember that. But it's like, "Alan, please don't touch the hot stove." Oh, yes, he did. He remembers that. There is an evolutionary advantage to going and focusing on the negative, which we then go and we bring into our adult life. So where does this responsibility that I was talking about earlier come in? The responsibility is actually courage. It's courage to actually flourish. Because when we think about it, the hardest conversations that we ever have are those conversations when you have to address those feelings yourself. To go and say, "John, I'm really sorry, because what I said to you was really hurtful, and it wasn't my intention, and I'm really sorry." That courage and that responsibility is a very difficult thing to do. To do it badly, obviously that's easy. We learn that when we're children. We learn that with don't touch the hot stove. Sorry. But no, it is exactly that, which is we learn from our experiences and we don't see enough of the positives. We focus on the negatives and we get into this negative cycle where The negative is something that we remember, and we forget the positives. We forget the fact that we've got a lovely, beautiful house. Sorry, guilty. We forget the fact that we've got lovely friends and family. So, how do you then break that cycle? Well, I'm going to give you 4 nice points, which, yes, I stole off Instagram. Number 1, if you feel like you hate everybody, eat something. If you feel like you hate yourself, have a shower. If you feel like everybody hates everybody, go outdoors. And I'm sorry, I do have to check on the last one. If you feel like everyone hates you, go to sleep. And with that, thank you.
Thank you.